Lemon, I changed my mind. That bomber is going to land in Gibraltar. You'll see that during my recap. But the bomber that I said was going back to England is going to land in Gibraltar. All right, so for the next battle, we have set up in French Indochina. We have one battleship bombardment and one transport bringing one infantry and one artillery. Two infantry from Burma will be coming in along with one fighter. The fighter will have 3 movements left in its fuel gauge. The Japanese will have 3 infantry and 1 fighter and 1 artillery defending. Let me get that set up. For the attacking Brits, they will have 1 red hit die for the bombarding battleship. They'll have 2 green hit die for the infantry and artillery. The infantry's been promoted. They will have 2 black hit die for the infantry coming from Burma and 1 blue hit die for the fighter that's coming in. So they're needing 5 hits. They're not expecting 5 hits in the first roll, but that's what they're going up against is 5 units. Here we go. And they only hit 2. So just 2 hits. So the Japanese will lose 2 infantry. But those infantry will, of course, get to fire back. So 3 infantry for the Japanese, 3 green hit die. 1 fighter at a red hit die and 1 artillery at a green hit die. Here's the return fire of the Japanese. And 2 hits, 2 hits. All right, so the UK will lose 2 infantry. So even so far. I think, so it's 3 units against 3 units, but it's not exactly even. So I believe what we're going to do here is the UK is going to retreat. We're going to retreat back to Burma. So there'll be a fighter. No Limit, tell me if I assume that the artillery and the infantry retreat back to Burma, even though they didn't come from Burma, they came from the transport. I don't think they can retreat back to the transport. But if they can, I would like to do that. But I'm not sure that they can. So send me an email and let me know if they should be in Burma or on the transport or not. All right, so for the next battle, we have transport bringing 1 infantry from Eastern Australia into New Guinea with a cruiser bombardment. Destroyer will tag along. All right, so let's take that over to the dice board. Let me get the dice. So we've only got 2 attacking units for the UK, 1 blue dice for the cruiser bombardment, and 1 black hit die for the infantry. Here is the roll for that. And the bombardment did hit. So that'll eliminate the Japanese infantry unit, but it does get to fire back. And if it hits, it gets to fire back at a green 2 hit die. And if it hits, then the Japanese hold the territory. All right. And it was a miss. Was a miss. So the UK, the Brits, now on New Guinea, they'll go up back to 31. The Japanese will go down from 30 to 29. All right. So that is done. Put a UK roundel on New Guinea. And I'll be back with non-combat movement. All right, so for non-combat movement, the 2 infantry units in South Africa, 1 will go into the Belgian Congo and 1 will go into Rhodesia. Yes, that's correct. And then also the infantry unit in Persia will go 1 space into Transjordan and join that infantry unit and fighter there. The 2 infantry units in India will move 1 space into Burma, along with an AA gun. So that'll leave 1 AA gun behind in India. The fighter that had 3 spaces left in it after the French Indochina attack and retreat will land in Burma. And no limit, I changed my mind. That even if they could retreat to the transport, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to leave them in Burma. So that is A-okay. There was no advantage to doing that anyway. And I believe that'll do it for the non-combat movements. So for for placement of new units, 1 destroyer and 1 transport are going to go down in C Zone 35. 1 destroyer and 1 transport are going to go down in C Zone 7, north of England. All right, so that does it for non-combat movement and unit placement. The Brits will be collecting 31 IPCs this round. They carried over 1, so they'll be spending 32 next round. So for unit recap, in C Zone 3, we have 1 British transport, 1 cruiser, and 1 battleship. In Finland, we have 1 artillery. In C Zone 7, we have 1 destroyer and 1 transport. In England, we have 1 infantry, 4 AA guns, 1 tank, and 1 fighter. In Gibraltar, we have 1 bomber, 1 AA gun, and 1 infantry unit. In Transjordan, there are 2 infantry units and 1 fighter. In Anglo-Egyptian Sudan, there's 1 infantry unit. In Belgian Congo, there's 1 infantry unit. And in Rhodesia, there's 1 infantry unit that I just knocked over. All right. In India, we have 1 AA gun and 1 factory. Off the coast of India in C Zone 35, we have 1 transport and 1 destroyer. In C Zone 36, we have 1 battleship and 1 transport. In Burma, 1 AA gun, 2 infantry, 1 fighter, 3 infantry, 1 fighter, and 1 artillery. In New Zealand, there's 1 fighter and 1 infantry unit. In Western Australia, there's 1 infantry unit. No limit, one last change, sorry. Forgot to move this fighter. This fighter is going to go into New Guinea. It's going to land there in New Guinea, since I just took that one. So, let's see, I believe that is it. So in New Guinea, there's 1 infantry, 1 fighter, and off the coast of New Guinea, there is 1 destroyer, 1 cruiser, and 1 transport. So I believe that covers it all. So from the turret number 2 in Wake Forest, North Carolina, Captain Jack over and out.